Hello, my name is Marcus, and welcome to my channel. We are here today to talk about Dragon Ball Daima Episode 3, subtitled Daima. I love this episode, man. This was just a happy little 23-minute slight story progression. We have an introduction to a new planet and the tier 3 of the demon realm. We actually finally have our heroes enter into the demon realm, our trio of Goku, Supreme Kai, and Glorio. This was just a pal around, get to know each other episode. Just a cool, chill, laid back, nothing too serious, nothing too flashy. Just let's just chill out. Like, oh, look at that. It's a huge statue of Deborah. He really was the king here, man. How about that? It's cool that they're taking the past and kind of integrating it into the future. They're like, hey, this dude really did exist outside of Babidi's control. He just wasn't just some random henchman. Babidi really did come to the demon realm and control this dude's mind and kidnap it, essentially. Crazy. Definitely some comedy centric in this episode here. We meet the Warp Sama, or as Goku likes to refer him to as the Goldfish God. Man, he was very sensitive to this name. I am not a goldfish. Sure you are. I don't know why Toriyama gives us these crazy looking designs. Let's, for the Warp God to the Demon Realm, let's make him a black fish. Yep. All right. Gotta love it, man. I really enjoyed this character for sure. I always love it when they introduce new pantheons of characters to the Dragon Ball verse, man. You gotta love it. I mean, this easily could have just simply been a humanoid demon, but Toriyama, nah, let's make him a big black fish. After that, we are introduced to the pantheon of the demon world. It is separated into 3 tiers. Tier 1 is where King Goma and all of the royalty and his cohorts reside. Tier 2, apparently, is where a lot of the Supreme Kai's level of people reside from. And maybe if they are good enough or skilled enough, then this is where they can transition into becoming Kai. So that is a revelation for sure. I definitely found it interesting when Supreme Kai was kind of grilling Glorio about his intentions and why the king of the tier 3 sent him to grab Goku to beat King Goma, and what is his occupation in general, because while they were wandering through the desert of tier 3, he definitely showcased his combat prowesses when some pirates attempted to attack the trio. This is where Goku kind of found out that it was kind of an airy planet. Kind of reminded me of the heavy gravity of like the gravity training chamber and Planet Vegeta, so on and so forth. But looks like what they're using for Daima is air. The air is thick, caused by a multitude of volcanoes that are just floating in the atmosphere because they're in the demon realm, and I guess this is just what's going down here. Yep. I did find it hilarious with Glorio's response to the Supreme Kai during the grilling, like, what do you do for the king? How did you come through with all these skills? Why did you grab Goku? Why is Goku so important to this mission? And Gloria literally was like, I do this and that, and quite frankly, it's none of your fucking business why we need Goku. He didn't say that, I'm joking. But, you know, you can just look at his eyes and kind of tell that he definitely harbors some harsh will ill towards the Kais, because it would appear that he's from tier 3, and it seems like the tier 2 and tier 1 look down upon the tier 3 like they're like the ghetto or the projects of the demon realm of some sort. Like I stated before, really enjoyed this episode's combat scenes. Glorio showcased some of his skills with his pistol. It kind of shoots out a green energy beam, kind of reminded me of Star Fox if I'm want to compare it to something. Also, he's got some kung fu capabilities as well. There's some self-sense worth of whatnot. So really, really cool to get to see him in action. Goku got to eat some Demon Ram cheeseburgers. I did like that he asked what kind of meat that the burgers were made of. And Glorio flat out was like, you don't want to know, player. Don't even ask. Just don't even ask. Just eat it, bro, and you'll be good. Then we are treated to a quick little scene of Goku manhandling these demons because simply they didn't like it because they realized that he is not from the demon realm because of his round ears. And then that led to Goku continuing his devouring of the cheeseburgers while devouring the behinds of the demons. Really, really cool. Some good kung fu action there. Typical Dragon Ball classic scenes. I was full of smiles all around. This is what we have come to see. Wanted to see Goku kick ass. This is what we're all here for. I know that a lot of people want to see every episode to see Goku just beat up somebody, but listen, man, this is an adventure anime. Dragon Ball has always been adventure anime first rather than just fighting. You gotta let the story play out. You gotta get some character development. You gotta build the relationships between your characters. And then, yes, most likely, at least a little bit of fighting in every core Dragon Ball episode. Is not until usually the climax of a particular saga is when we have pure, straight fighting from start to finish in each episode. Come on, man. Now, like, I've seen a lot of people just complain about, like, it's boring. It sucks. Like, bro, you got to let them tell the story. It's not going to be a tournament of power the situation every single time. You gotta let them conversate with one another. You gotta build the story, and then the fight at the end is the payoff. Sheesh. I don't know, why do I have to explain this? But, I've been a fan of this anime for 30 years. I know a lot of y'all new here. A lot of y'all didn't watch the original Dragon Ball. Listen, this is how the story started. They didn't just start off fighting. He had to build his relationship with Bulma and Krillin and Master Roshi and Yamcha and Tien. They didn't just pop off being best friends. They had to build the story first. Come on, man. Come on. That is most likely the first of many Dragon Ball Daima rants of the fan base. You got to give it a shot, man. You can't just come in here not knowing shit and then trying to shit on it. You got to at least give it a chance first. Since we're only on episode 3. Speaking of doing nothing, there's the Supreme Kai kind of just sat there idly where Glorio and Goku took down all the bad guys. I know Goku said, don't worry, I got it, after Glorio took out his 2 dudes, but at least stand up and kind of, do some Supreme Kai stuff. But nah, I'm going to keep eating my meal here while all the muscle takes care of the bad guys. Gotta love it. No appearances from King Goma and his crew, and no appearances from Bulma, Vegeta, Piccolo, Kibito, none of that crew either. Like I said, this was just a slice of life. Let's come together. Let's become best friends. Let's take out a group of bad guys and let's continue on our adventure. But oh no, our plane that we arrived in has been stolen. How? The Demon Realm doesn't have lockdown security systems when people try to steal your shit. That sucks. Now the adventure continues, but we don't got no rides. So it would appear that episode 4 is going to be them focusing on finding Glorio's airplane. Oh, yeah. No, I can already guess the subtitle. Stolen Aircraft. Can't wait to see it. All right, my friends, that is going to do it for Dragon Ball Daima episode 3 breakdown. Like I said, I really enjoyed this episode. Cannot wait for 4, man. So excited to see it. So, if you enjoyed my breakdown and you are enjoying Dragon Ball, if you're just happy that Dragon Ball is back in action, you know what to do. Hit that like button. Make sure you get subscribed to the channel. We cover every Dragon Ball Daima episode every Friday right after the episode drops on Crunchyroll at 1 p.m. So you can guarantee that I will be covering each episode as they drop, man. So as always, thank you for the support. I really appreciate y'all. Love Dragon Ball, and I always will. You can follow me at youtube.com/smartjack79. I am also on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Make sure, if you're so inclined, feel free to check out my other content as well. If not, then I will see y'all back next Friday for episode 4. Alrighty, my friends, I will see y'all on the next one. I'll catch y'all later. Bye.